If you are an avid follower of automotive media outlets, you might be wondering why everyone is in Shanghai.
I'll tell you why. We are all here for Auto Shanghai, a biennial motor show that is held in China, the world's largest car manufacturing country. So now I am at Chery's booth, which is the home to Omoda and Jaecoo, which is the brand that brought us all the way here to Shanghai to visit the motor show. So from my understanding, Omoda and Jaecoo will be launching 3 different car models today, and it includes this, the J5 EV right behind me, along with 2 other models. So stay on and find out what these cars are. So the Jaecoo J5 Electric over here that is being launched is yet another car that you can look forward to seeing in Singapore in the near future. So to me, this looks a little bit like a smaller version of the J7, but the J7 is a plug-in hybrid. Meanwhile, this J5 is full electric. So yeah, you can look forward to seeing this car in Singapore soon. So here's another new car that Omoda has launched at this event. This is the Omoda C5 Super Hybrid System. So if you look at it, this is pretty much the E5 that you'll see on our roads, but instead of being electric, this is powered by the Super Hybrid system. It is a plug-in hybrid. So this car right here, the C7 SHS, is another car that you have to be excited about because this is also on its way to Singapore as well. So this car is a little bit larger than the E5. It is still an SUV, and it is equipped with the SHS, which is a super hybrid system, similar to what was equipped on the J7 PHEV that I drove all the way to Thailand and got that incredible mileage. So keep your eyes out for this.
I did say I was in Shanghai for the auto show, but that is just part of the story.
Omoda and Jaecoo didn't invite us on this trip just to attend its motor show launch. We are here to learn more about the brand, experience its products, get up close with its cars, check out all the products that it makes. And that is why we are here in Wuhu, China, which is the hometown of the parent company of Omoda and Jaecoo, which is Chery Automobiles. And that is where I am right here. So I'm going to find out more about these cars. So I'm now inside the Omoda Jaecoo Experience Center. Over here you see other Chery brands as well. And right here, this is iCar. So iCar is about off-roaders, as you can see from this car over here. So a little interesting fact that you should know is that, we have the Jaecoo J6 in Singapore. The J6 is originally the iCar 03, which is that is what the car is called over here in China. And right here, this is the iCar V23. This was just launched at the Shanghai Auto Show. Probably have seen some snippets of it already. So I really like how this car looks because when I look at it, I get reminded of, old school cars, old school off-roaders like the FJ Cruiser or rather the Land Cruiser actually. So I've been told that with these cars, there are a lot of optional accessories that you can go for. So things like this grille, there are actually several different grille designs that you can choose when you purchase this car and buy option parts to fit it onto it. So this fog light over here, this is also an optional part. But what I really love is these wheels on them. So look at it, this is not an alloy wheel or anything. It looks like it's a steel wheel, but it's unique. It's not your typical, the hubcap kind of steel wheels. This looks really cool and it fits the off-roading natural of the car. So the back of the V23 over here, the general shape reminds me a little bit of the current generation Defender. It also reminds a bit of the G-Wagon. So during the launch at the auto show, it has been explained to us that these cars, when they designed it, is actually inspired by a lot of all these, your classic off-roaders. And you can totally see from the design, it's not a copy for sure, but it sure has hints of all these cool classic off-roaders in them. And it looks really, really good. All right, I'm gonna hop inside the car to have a look. Oh yeah, look at these handles. These handles are kind of cool. Right, they actually flush. So inside you got a very utilitarian looking interior. It reminds me a little bit of the Suzuki Jimny, but there is a twist to it. Everything looks utilitarian, but when you touch it, it's actually a soft touch kind of material. It feels almost like leather. I'm not sure if it's actually leather, but it is really classy, and I love how these knobs, these are all, I think they're plastic, but they look like aluminum. It looks very good from the get-go. And I've been told that accessories, this car is all about having a lot of optional accessories, right? So this dial over here is apparently an accessory as well. So this car, you can really go crazy with all the options. So this is another car from the iCar lineup. And this car, well, it might look familiar to you because this is the 03T. The 03 is actually the base model of what we have as the Jaecoo J6 in Singapore. So this 03T is a little bit different. As you can see, it has a white body. Look at the fenders. The whole car just looks so aggressive, and I really love how this thing looks. So another main difference about the 03T from what I've been told is that your 03, like our J6, they are all pure EVs. But with the 03T, it is an RE EV, which is a range extender EV. So the thing is, iCar isn't officially in Singapore yet, but we have the Jaecoo J6, which is actually originally an iCar 03, the first iCar product to be exact. So I think there is a very good chance that we will be getting more iCar models in the future. I would definitely love to try the V23 or even the 03T with those white fenders on Singapore roads or even off the roads. So we are here to test drive some of the Chery, Omoda and Jaecoo cars. From what we have been briefed on, there will be like segments on straight line acceleration, there's some figure 8 course to drive, so we'll get to experience a bit of the dynamics of the car. Well, I'll try to show you what we'll be driving on the course. So right here is quite an open area. I think there's an acceleration test area, a straight line, that's it. And over here there are some cones. I can't really see that well from here, but there's probably like a slalom course and some cones for us to drive around and experience the car, a little bit more dynamically. So now the first car that we'll be getting to experience is the J5 EV. This is also one of the cars that will be coming to Singapore in the near future. So yeah, this is the car. Alright, so now I'm inside the J5 EV. This is an exciting car that will be coming to Singapore really soon. On the outside, it looks kind of like a slightly smaller version of the J5 because it has this, the same robust looking design with the, angular design out there. But, well, it is EV, unlike the J7, which we have in Singapore, that is all hybrid, super hybrid system. So I'm going to get to drive this car on this course right here. It will include an acceleration test, a little bit of a slalom. So, well, let's go. This is the start of the acceleration test. I'm going to try to launch it off the line, I guess. Okay. Well, it's not incredibly fast, but there's definitely enough power for a daily drive. Brakes are efficient as well. Soaks up these bumps really well. Let's see. Followed by the smooth turn. And now it's the slalom section. For an SUV, there really isn't too much body roll. It feels very well in control. I mean, I wasn't going that quickly, but the car feels easy to drive. Alright, that's a really quick experience of the J5. I guess we can experience more of the car when it comes to Singapore. So now I'm behind the wheel of the Omoda C7. This is equipped with the super hybrid system, which is similar to what's inside the J7 super hybrid system that we have driven in Singapore. So this car, the C7, from what I've read, it is pretty much based on a similar platform as the E5 that we have, but it is actually lengthened, so it's actually a little bit bigger, there's more space in it, and yeah, you can totally see it. So we're going to get to drive this car on this test course, which includes a little bit of an acceleration and braking test, followed by a figure of 8 course. So we will feel how stable the car is. Alright, I'm going to start accelerating the car already. Okay, let's go. So you can hear the engine comes on because it's a hybrid. Initially, it was moving off on electric power. So I'm hitting 100 over. Okay, slam on the brakes. Oh, the car actually stops really well. I can hear all my phones and stuff at the back seat falling off already. That was quite a break. Alright. So this is the figure of 8 course. Okay, the steering is really very light, so this car is easy to drive. Body roll is, well, pretty much well controlled for an SUV of this size. Now we're just going to drive it back. Well, that's our quick look at the C7, which will be coming to Singapore really soon. So after test driving the Chery, Omoda, Jaecoo cars, we are now at the factory to find out how these cars are being built. So we're at this glamping area of sorts. I've been told that this is a popular area for companies to do like team building events and all that. But we are here not exactly to glamp. We are here to check out the Jaecoo J8. And I think we'll be getting to drive them in a while. So as you can see, today we are not test driving on a parking lot or anything. This is a dirt course. So the car available here is the J7 over here, as well as the J8. So we don't have the J8 in Singapore yet, so that is what we are going to experience. Right, looks like we have to get onto the car and try. Look at all the dust. So right now I'm behind the wheel of the Jaecoo J8. This is a big, rather luxurious SUV. I'm going to be driving this on this dirt road course over here. Looks like there's going to be some bumps, some tight turns. It's going to be quite exciting and fun. I'm looking forward to it. I think I will be able to drive off real soon. Okay. Well, the steering is pretty light, so it really makes driving quite easy. Alright, it's taking these bumps really well. Clearly the approach angle of the car is pretty good because it's going up all this slope. I'm not slowing down a lot, and yet there is no contact at any point. So the car's ride height is clearance pretty good as well. You can see all the dust getting kicked up. This is pretty fun. So I've driven on quite a few of this kind of, dirt road experience or, light off-roading experience. But most of the time we are driving at very low speeds because, the most things that we are testing are like, we want to figure out whether there's enough ground clearance, whether the car can handle a 45-degree slope or something. But in this case, we were actually able to bring the car up to a fair bit of speed. So this actually makes this experience quite fun. And from the driver's perspective, this car is really soaking up these bumps very well. Because I've definitely sat in off-road experiences whereby, it feels like my head is going to just whack through the roof or something. This is quite interesting. So I'm right outside an exhibition center here in Wuhu, and over here you can see there's an entire range of Omoda cars, Jaecoo cars and Chery products over here. So itinerary here in Wuhu has been a lot about driving different cars, trying the cars. But today we are here for the launch of a new car. I believe it is the Chery C3. But there's no word on the car reaching Singapore anytime soon or anything, but in fact I don't even know how the car looks like, but well, we're going to find out more about it real soon. So this Jaecoo International Business Summit it is an event that is held not only for us media. In fact, I think it's mainly for the dealers. So we actually have dealers from many different regions over here. There are people from Nepal, there are people from Israel, there are people from Indonesia, Malaysia. There are a lot of countries. Everybody is here to learn more about what new products Chery is going to push out in the future and to discuss lots of things. For our last day in Wuhu, we are here at this Fanta Wild amusement park. It's a really massive, large place, and there are a lot of booths that we have to check out. So see, we have this stamp over here. We're gonna visit each one of these, get the stamp, and we will win a little prize. So of course, all of Chery's cars are on display inside the amusement park. They've actually booked out the entire place for their event. So the main show is actually a music festival that will only be starting some 5 hours later when the sun is set. Looking forward to that. The 3D adventure with Naja fighting the dragon. 3D features are quite immersive, but I thought there could be more movement and vibrations on the ride, to really sell the realism. Oh, yeah, pretty cool, right? Look at how excited we all are when the moment we see there's like some sort of go-kart kind of thing. I'm not sure if it's even open. Right, so we just drove a quick 3 laps, took probably less than a minute in the track. That cost us 30 Chinese yen, which is about $5 or so. There's an entire food street with all sorts of food. So now I've come to the last night that I'm going to spend inside China. I've been to Shanghai Motor Show. I followed Chery, Omoda, Jaecoo all the way to Wuhu, China, which is where the hometown of Chery is. So right now, they are having a music festival over here to mark the end of the entire business summit, entire trip for us as well. So I'd like to thank Chery, Omoda, Jaecoo for flying us all the way here to experience this nice product. And of course, to have a look at their hometown. So hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed my time over here. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on TikTok at Sgcarmart. So that's all for this trip and well, see you soon. Bye!
3、2、1